2 more double crochet. So you can see that this shell is really easy. It looks kind of fancy when it's done, but it's made up of very simple stitches. This is a great way to practice your double crochets and really kind of just practice your tension and practice pattern repeat for those beginners out there. Chain 1, 2 more double crochets into that space, and we're almost at the end of the row. So you can see how quickly this square progresses as you go. So we just need to finish out the row with 2 more double crochets, and that's it. So this is a really easy square. Even beginners out there can try this one if you've never done anything but, you know, really basic patterns. This is a good pattern for trying pattern repeats and get a little laciness. So I hope you try this one, and I hope it turns out great. And this is the square we'll be learning. It's called play blocks, and it sort of has this block effect thanks to front post treble crochet stitches, which create this sort of blocked color effect. And although it looks like a very complicated color work pattern, you actually only work with one color of yarn at a time. So it's sort of one of those patterns that looks very complicated but is a little easier because you don't have to work with multiple colors within the same row. So this is how we work this square. It starts with a foundation of 2 rows of double crochet. So you can see here that this is just a really basic double crochet stitch all the way across. And then on the next row, which is row 3, we'll start to bring in another color. So here we've brought in the pink color, and I've already got this row partway finished. And you can see here that these front post treble crochets are creating lines of color that extend 2 rows below into the work that I've already done. And so that's what really makes it look like you're working with 2 colors at once, even though you aren't. And so all we've got here are front post treble crochets and regular double crochets. So I'll show you how to finish this row. And at this point in the pattern, I just need to work 1 more double crochet, and then I need to work a front post treble crochet. Treble crochet is yarn over 2 times, and then we're going to insert our hook around the post of the stitch 2 rows below. So this is the stitch 1 row below, and this is the stitch 2 rows below. So insert the hook around the post of that stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops at a time. And eventually you're going to want your stitch to end at the same height as all the other stitches that you're working in the current row. Next we'll work 1 double crochet, but the important thing to remember about post stitches is that you always skip the stitch directly behind the post stitch that you just worked. So we'll work 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then it's time for another front post treble. So yarn over twice, insert around the post 2 rows below, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then complete the stitch. And then we skip the stitch behind the post stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. 1 more treble, so yarn over twice, insert 2 rows below, and then we just work double crochets to finish the row. Now to work a wrong side row on this pattern, it's very easy. You just double crochet all the way across. So the wrong side rows are very straightforward, and so all you'll do is chain 3 and turn. And then on the back side, just work a double crochet into every stitch all the way across. So that's very easy. And I'll just show you what the next color would look like when you introduce the 3rd color. Here I've worked, according to the pattern, double crochets across the row. And I need to work 1 more for my pattern. And of course the pattern for the square is on our website. Oops. And just like the previous row, we're now going to work a front post treble crochet 2 rows below, which is, whoops, I needed 1 more double crochet for my pattern. And now for the treble crochet 2 rows below, I'll just insert not 1 row below, but 2 rows down, and complete that stitch. And then you can see now how we're starting to build the white posts that add to our pattern. So that's really all there is to it. Once you've mastered the front post treble crochet, you can make this Afghan square. So I hope that this one turns out great for you. hope we've inspired you today to try your hand at an Afghan. There's nothing quite so comforting and warm as a homemade blanket. So have fun, and we'll see you next time on Knit and Crochet Now.